Hey y'all, what's up? So bear with me if I cut this video short. Um, I just found out some bad news. It's been 19 days into 2024, and I'm already over the year. Gay. So, my cousin, I'm the oldest grandchild on my mom's side. My cousin, she's 3 years younger than me. She passed away in May. She was 32. Her birthday was in October. Um, and it was just her, my uncle, my other cousin, which is her little sister, and her mom, and they got divorced a couple years ago. My uncle's remarried, whatever. But my aunt was grieving, going to her grave and stuff every day. My cousin wasn't taking it well. My uncle wasn't taking it well. My mom had suggested to her sister-in-law for him to go to grief counseling because in the span of 13 years or his entire life, he's lost his mom, his dad, his baby brother, and his daughter, along with aunts and uncles. And he's my mom's oldest, my papa's oldest child, and my papa's youngest child passed. So he's lost. So then today, while I'm tweeting and stuff, or posting, do we still call it tweeting? My mom sent out a message saying that my cousin's mom passed away, that her cancer came back. She just left the hospital. She flew from LA to Maryland. Seeing her at the hospital, said she didn't even look the same, and she passed away. So I haven't really processed it yet. So if I randomly start crying in this video, which I feel like I'm about to do, excuse it. um, my heart just goes out to her. Like, I love my aunt. She was the sweetest towards me and her nieces and nephews. But I can only imagine losing your sister, which is your best friend, and your mom within 8 months of each other. Like, and she's in LA doing her music thing. Like, she taught some new major artists how to play the guitar. She's played at festivals. She's played for Ari Lennox. She's played for. She was gonna go on tour like Music Soul Child. She's played for can't even think because my mind is everywhere. The girl that does that song, put that on my mama, on my hood. Her, she played back for her. She played like she's the third generation guitar player. My papa played. My uncle played. Her dad's brother, and now she plays. So for her to be clear across the country and dealing with this by herself, and then just dealing with it in general, like makes me. And I'm the oldest cousin, so everyone turns to me on top of being the oldest sibling. So it kind of, I don't know what to tell her because I don't know what to say. Anyways, tonight's show was good. I've tweeted numerous times before why I feel like Smackdown should be 2.5 to 3 hours. I was in the process about to do my hair, and then I got the news, and I was like, F the hair situation. Like, I went to the beauty supply store, woke up, dropped my son off at school, went to the beauty supply store, Family Dollar, and then went to the laundromat, and was like, I'm gonna do my hair. Didn't even feel like it. But I feel like it should have been I feel like I've said this before, and my son just said it, and he doesn't even know I'll tweet that or said it in my videos. He said, SmackDown should be 3 hours. I said, yeah, or it should have another day when like they do a house show on like Saturdays, and they let them do the house show how they normally do it, like interact with the fans, all that. Don't change that up, but just film it, because it was so action packed today that matches have to get cut because of it. It's always someone, and it's not a bad thing necessarily, that matches go over or their promo go over or they do a promo they're not supposed to do. So that it was just crazy. The beginning of the Smackdown, I think it started with the contract signing. I think, and I'm surprised honestly that AJ came out first because they're in Atlanta and he's from Georgia. And so, with them being in Atlanta, I know numerous stars live there or from there. And I mentioned it before, like Woods and I think Jade and I think Rose and I think Jay Uso, because I said Jade, and people might think I meant Jade twice. I meant Jade Cargill, and AJ, and I want to say some other people. So I wonder if they did one of the dark matches prior, and if they're doing any of the dark matches before, because they ain't really got, they ain't got to go get in a hotel. They can just drive up the street, or 40 minutes, because I heard Atlanta traffic was out of control. Um, and I'm from DC, so our traffic out of control. We drive like bats out of hell, but we get to where we going. Like I heard Atlanta traffic be like standstillish. I can't do that. But the contracts, I was surprised he went out first because I thought he was gonna have him come out last because it is his hometown. So let people like be yeah. So he came out first. Then LA came out, did the whole four corner ring thing. Then Randy came out. Then Roman was supposed to come out. Paul ended up coming out. And people were upset. Now, Paul, he could teach a class on how to give promos. Like, but he could teach a class, but you can't teach what he knows. Like, it's weird to describe. Like, he could teach it the best way he could to help someone. Or like, Cody had said his dad taught a class. He called it communications or something like that. And you could teach like the basics and stuff, but you can't teach what Paul has, the connection with the audience, whether they cheer or boo him, the stuff that you say off the top of your head, the stuff of how he integrates real life with the persona that the person is playing. You know what I'm saying? The only person that I know currently, the only two people that I know that can do that and have done it and done it well was Cody Rhodes when he brought up Dusty and Paul helping Dusty out, and John had brought up mentioned Paul when he brought up like I think he was going to be cut, or he was one of Paul was one of the people. Paul was one of the people that picked John to go to Ohio, like, but nobody else really connects it, and if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. So he came out. It wasn't detailed like that, but he came out. I love the fact that AJ and LA were sitting there doing their promos and stuff, and Randy's just in the back chilling, like, okay, I'm gonna see where this goes. I'm gonna just see where this goes. So he just let them fight, walk off. No, okay, I know where this is going. Yanked up Paul by his tie and was like, I see what you're trying to do. This is not gonna work. And somebody said last week, which I mentioned, that whoever hired Nick was A1, okay? Whoever hired him needs a raise. Let me tell you why. Because he ain't like Adam. You know what I'm saying? Adam gonna make shots, make calls, and but the way that he portrays his persona, the celebrities or the stars say or do stuff, he'll let slide. Now Nick, that's not flying with Nick. Nick don't care if Roman was the title holder for 2,000 days. He didn't care if Roman owned part of a TKO. Okay, he wouldn't care. He said, "All right, Roman don't want to defend his title. It's gonna be a vacant title. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, you want me dropping the title. It's gonna be a triple threat match, and they gonna fight for the title, and you just gonna go about your way. He ain't like that, okay? And then, um, the promo situation with the Bloodline, and then I think this is the most tonight Solo has talked since NXT. I think so. And he was like, it's on him. He's the next heir. They lost it. Then he's talking about what happened to you, Jimmy, being the backup QB. Yeet, no yeet. Nah. Speaking of the family, okay, who in the audience had a Zilla Fatu poster? Was I the only person that saw that? So I was like, they got a poster of Manga Son. And for those that like are subscribed to him on YouTube or videos of him pop up on your YouTube, like mine do sometimes with him. You saw like when he debuted in the ring at Shelton's, I think, wrestling school. I think it was Shelton's wrestling school, and Jacob came and supported him and stuff like that. And people, so I was like, is dude just doing that? Is he like a friend of his? Is he a fan of his? Do we know something we don't know? Because that was a real random sign. Like, out of all the people in the world, like, did he pop out from being backstage? Is he in the audience? Like, I was a little confused. Not mad at it, just confused. Then after that, it was so then AJ in LA. AJ asked for a match. Of course, he got it. But I forgot about the 3-on-3 match. The only match I knew about were the women that I remembered. And I remember Pretty Deadly fighting. But I forgot they were fighting Butch and them. So those are the only two matches that I remember. I totally forgot about LWO versus Santos Angel and what they call them. They still the Legado del Fantasma. I forgot about that match. Good match. Okay. Good match. Um I'm surprised that Santos and them won, but I'm not surprised. I love that he has his hair out. Santos is one of those people that, like Sheamus, whether he's a heel or a face, I feel like I'm gonna like him regardless. Like, you know how when certain people play heel face, they are so believable, you love or hate them, or they're so bad at it, you're like, oh my god, like I don't know if I'm gonna like, I don't like him as this person or her as this person. Um, but yeah, he's one of those ones that I was like, okay. Um, when Cruz and Joaquin went out flying onto the stage, Santos was up the ramp, and I was trying to figure out when did he get there. I'm like, what? When were you there? Then they ended up fighting. Shout out to production. Y'all know I love production. Outside of here, um, retired cosmetologist. Excuse my hair, like I said earlier, the past couple weeks have been hell. I've been sick 2 weeks ago. My son was sick. Today, I got this announcement. Like, I'm just ready for 2025 at this point. Um, so the first 19 days for us have sucked. Okay. Um, but like production, I do on Sundays at church, so I've always been into production. If my major wasn't in business in school, I would have wanted to be a radio producer. Like, I would have liked to get on the mic, but I just wanted to be a producer. I like the inner workings of things and how to mix analytical with creative, and I think production gives that. So, like them showing the LWO side up when Carlos and them came out, I was excited for that. I was excited for the disco ball when Pretty Deadly came out. I was super excited for the KO Wrecking Ball, which I don't know if that was his idea or if like someone pitched that to him, but that was genius. It's simplistic and it's genius. KO Kevin Owens, KO knockout, Wrecking Ball, Rex the Bricks, like everything. I think I saw an old clip of a fight with um the Usos and they had like a Samoan like drawings and stuff. I That's the only time I've ever seen that. And then one old match I saw the Viking Raiders boat when they zoomed out and showed production showing their boat and I was like, that's crazy. Like it was so dope. To me, it was so dope. Um I think the only other person that really showed face is like Cody. I don't think they really show anything else. So, yeah, they ended up losing. So it's gonna be Carlito versus Santos again. This is the time of year between now and May where the draft don't count anymore. Y'all know they mix people from side to side. My son also said he's 9 that the women need 2 different tag team titles. And I said, yeah, I mentioned that too. I said, but they would have to extend like Smackdown or something, which goes back to extending Smackdown or showing like Sunday Stunner or Saturday, something like that. So I was like, when would the women get a chance to um, defend it? Like, I want them. Y'all might as well like reunite the tag team titles because once they got unified, what was it, May of 2022? It's been unified ever since. It's been 2 years. I don't know how long ago before that they had separated them. But if they've been unified just as much as they had 2 different titles, y'all might as well just give them the black title back with the copper and retire the Raw and the SmackDown tag team titles because it doesn't make sense. Like when are they gonna break that up or are they gonna keep that a thing? It's I know it's like a bragging thing, like okay, I held both titles, but and then I was watching highlights from like Raw, which I have not been in my Raw or NXT bag. Like a lot has been going on. So I didn't even know. I heard that Seth was out. Didn't even know that. Didn't even know about CM Punk and Cody Rhodes because the last I saw it, he was still beefing with Shinsuke. So I was like, I think Priest has a fight with somebody, and I was like, he got 5 months to turn in that briefcase. So I'm like, if he don't do it, I don't know if y'all guys are gonna have an elimination chamber this year. If y'all gonna do a Hell in a Cell situation this year, because y'all done got rights to names of stuff from ECU and WCW. So I don't know, but if he don't do it by then, it has to be by WrestleMania because after that is Money in the Bank, right? After WrestleMania, no, it was Backlash last year. So WrestleMania is April, Backlash is May. Then it was Money in the Bank in June. July was SummerSlam. I think one part of July, and I think the other part of July was Fastlane. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. Well, I might be. It might be backwards. I might be backwards. No, one was Clash at the Castle, but they didn't have that last year. That was year before. It ended up being something else. I think it ended up being Backlash instead of Clash at the Castle. But either way, like he got to do it by before June, or he'll be like the one of the only or the only superstar that didn't get to cash their stuff in, right? But I don't really want it to be at WrestleMania because that's expected. Like I would want him to beat somebody. Like, see, if Seth was still healthy, I would want it to be where like semi-healthy to fight that he fought for his title at WrestleMania, but injured. Damien cashed it in, became, you know, champion, and then whoever won Royal Rumble would have to fight Damien. Like that would have been a good situation, but I don't know. Like that's let me look right here, right here. I don't know. But yeah. So then after that, it was I remember KO and Logan, and I haven't seen the KO show in a while. When I used to watch bits and pieces of um WWE before my son got invested in it 2 years ago, I would see the KO show. I didn't know who KO was, to be honest. Like, not like that, but like, I didn't know he was a wrestler. I thought he was a correspondent just like Kayla and them because every time I clicked on WWE, he had his show. And I was like, so when I started watching, I saw him wrestle. I was like, he wrestled? Like, Y'all know I am a unretired, retired. I was a retired, now unretired fan. So it's years of stuff that I didn't even know about. Like I didn't like the Attitude Era. I saw that. Then I don't remember John Cena, but ironically, I remember Batista and Triple H. Like I remember that. I remember Natalia being the tag team champion with Tamina. I remember her and Beth fighting together. Like it's sporadic stuff I remember. I remember um I don't know. I remember when Edge came back outside of Christian because to me, y'all know the tag teams were everything for me. So for me, Christian and Edge were the heels out of the Dudley Boys and them and Hardys. And they were you love to hate them. So when Christian left or got injured, I can't remember. Um, Edge had a whole streak. I remember watching it. I remember tuning in just for him. I remember tuning in for a while. That's all I remember is him. And then I cried like when he had to retire before he wanted to. And cause like he is forever one of my favorites. And I saw last year like his return either during right before the pandemic, and I cried because I didn't know. I like when I started back watching my son, I didn't know he had returned. I was like, I thought he retired. So when I watched it on YouTube that he had came back, like tears. When his last match was Sheamus, I cried. So when I did that interview 2 weeks ago, someone was like, Every Side Society was like, you was there. I was like, I wish, but um, I'm so highly sensitive and such an empath. I'd have been crying at the match. Like, like it's the end of an era. Like I grew up watching him. Like tag teams were it for me. Tag teams were it. And then for the women, it was Sable, China, and Jacqueline. Like Lita came later, and I love that she was the first woman to that I've seen to display the high flying. But them three was it for me. Okay, like of course you like the Rock and Stone Cold and stuff, but the tag team and them three women was it. And love Road Dogg and X Pac. X Pac to me was so underrated. Um, but like I remember his stuff, and then I remember um him having to retire. Then I came back because I watched I Love New York, and homeboy from I Love New York, David Ortega was wrestling. I was like, when the hell did that happen? This man went from being a lawyer to being a reality show star to being in WWE. That's crazy how reality TV can get you famous. And not saying that in that sense, like how the Miz Mike became the Miz, like in that, because I watched him go from Real World to Tough Enough to WWE. But to me, when people were booing him and stuff like that, like I didn't see no need because I seen him on the TV work too. But like to see they were, and then him being a commentator, I was like, what the hell is going on? Then I remember Vicky Guerrero and Dolph. I remember that, and then I stopped watching again. I don't remember anything after that. So I don't know about. I remember, and then I stopped watching. Then I used to watch bits and pieces of it, and I saw the Bella Twins on TV being heels, and I couldn't stand them. But then I started watching 2 years ago, and start watching. My son had me watch backstories on YouTube, and I'm watching Total Divas. I finished all of those. I think I'm on season 4 of Total Bellas, and season 2 of Mr. and Ms. But I got the idea. So, but yeah. So yeah, and I remember watching CM Punk because when I left and came back watching it again, he came out to me. It was like random. I was like, they love him, but yeah. So yeah, I remember sporadic parts of watching it, but I wasn't like faithfully watching it like I am now, and like I did during the Attitude Era. So it's a lot of stuff in between that I don't know. And I say that all the time. It's nothing new. But after Santos and them, it was the KO show. I said something about production. And it baffles me how. So KO was like, you basically became from a celebrity to, I said in my, this is my words, paraphrasing what he's saying, to a celebrity person to a part timer, and you exceeded everyone's expectations, which is what I've said. People always be like, oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, oh, it's Mike Tyson. No, it's not. Okay, it is Logan Paul. First of all, he already has a semi background in wrestling. He said he used to wrestle on the wrestling team in high school. Okay, so he got the logistics down. All you gotta do is brush up on him. Then the fact that he plays a heel well, and you could tell that he's either, if he doesn't practice when he's not on live, that he just like riding a bike with him. Because when he did the match with him and Roman, the match with like him and Ricochet, which was my favorite of the matches that he's had. The match, I think, was it him and Seth? Seth, the one with him, Ray, like, he keeps getting better. He keeps getting better. He's not one of these people that, oh, I'm just collecting a check and that's it. Like, he is really good at what he's doing. That's why he's like, I give him that. But it's the fact that he's talking myself, oh, you got added help because you got that cast. I'm like, dude, didn't you tell Roman last year that you got metal in your hand? That all you need is one lucky punch? So how you gonna say he got added help with a cast on and you got whole metal in your hand? Like, that's even in the odds for me. But it was, I guess, a psychology thing, because once Kevin took that daggone thing on, he slammed his hand against the, excuse me, against the stairs, and I was like, well, if it was healing, it's fractured again now. Shoot, and the, I don't know why I thought the Royal Rumble was Saturday, tomorrow. I was about to be stressed. Okay, my team is playing at 4:30 against the Texans. Okay, I'm over here nervous. I got faith, but I'm nervous. Well, you can't really have faith if you're nervous. Do it scared, they tell you. I'm scared for the Ravens season every year. I'm just praying that we win. I'm praying that the Chiefs lose to the Bills. Like, I want to go to Super. We haven't been in 10 years. I used to be a 49ers fan. Not 49ers fan. Ugh. Ooh, no. That's my uncle. He used to be a Packers fan, because I was such a fan of Brett Favre as a quarterback there. So my uncle and I used to always watch the games together because he's a diehard 49ers fan. So I know he's stressed about tomorrow. Um, but I just want to know who's going to the bowl. Like, who is. Because I was like, if that game comes on at 4:30, that's what I was thinking. When I thought the Royal Rumble was originally, I thought it was going to be the Texans and Ravens back in Baltimore. It's cold and snowy up there. Okay, Texas not. If they not from up north, they ain't used to that weather. I don't know why up north, theaters, I mean stadiums don't have domes. A lot of them, most of the domes places are like where it's warm at. I don't understand that, but whatever. And then after that, it's the game of the Packers versus 49ers. And then I thought after that was the Royal Rumble, and I would have been going back and forth, but I don't watch the games during big events like this because I jinx myself. Every time I'm invested like that, I watch it, we lose. So I'm not about to. And just give me the highlights. I'm so stressed. I'm last week, every game that I predicted who was going to win except for one has won. I haven't been wrong yet. So we'll see. Um, yeah, so hopefully his hand is better in 2 weeks. Um, and then Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits did their their promo. You know, Montez is one of my favorites on the mic too. He was like, "We not the ones. We such a." And Angelo like, "Don't let this suit fool you." I said, "Okay." Then after that, Karrion and AOP did their promo after one of the breaks. Love Scarlett's hair still. Speaking of hair stuff, I was like, LA done got a fresh haircut and a lineup. I know the cosmetologist in me. And I say, whoever did his lineup is a POC because I know. And then I'm just observant like that with hair. Like the first thing I notice on people's, when I approach their face, is their teeth and their hair. Like everything else is second. Outfit and all that is after. Um, liked Joaquin's gear, his pants. Um, and um, what else? Trying to think. Sorry, y'all. My head is scrambling. Um, AJ I already said that. Oh, and then it was Pretty Deadly fighting. So then we're going to be. No, before that, it was, they was talking about the match last week with Theory and Carmelo. So Grayson over there talking to Theory's talking about something. We could do it again. Theory's like, I don't know. Grayson was like, yeah, he could do it again. Theory said, like, he made this face, and I was like, Theory is tired of you speaking for him. And he was like, he'll see you next week. No, 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 no. And he was like, you gotta stop doing that. I was like, low key, Grayson know what it is. Him and Carmelo has a history together. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he ain't trying to go down that route right now, but he'll gladly put you in his position to fight him. But it was hilarious to me. I don't know why I found that so funny. Um, and then after that, it was Pretty Deadly talking. Oh, we're gonna win. Speaking of Pretty Deadly, I was like, I wonder if LM, he has a lot of chest hair. I know certain men prefer having it there. There's nothing wrong with keeping it there. Hair is hair. Everyone has it, but I wonder why. My question is why you decide to keep it. Because most wrestlers, except for like wrestlers back in the day, shave or wax or LASIK their hair. Like, I wonder why he decided to keep his. And then you decide to keep it. Why you ain't color it blonde like your hair? That was another thing. Like, did he ever think about, okay, I'm coloring and bleaching this platinum blonde. I should do my chest hair too, or does he just be like, "F it, I'm gonna leave it as it is"? Like, did that thought come across his mind? I don't know, but I was like, hmm. So, but they came out. I forgot they were fighting Tyler, and then I was like, okay. So then when Tyler came out, I said, "Oh, Butch." When they showed Pete Dunne, I said, "Okay, Pete. Okay, I know about Pete now. Okay." And my son was like, Pete, and I was like, yeah. I said, because Ridge is in NXT fighting. I was like, Joaquin and Florida Cruz is in NXT Tuesday fighting. I was like, Ridge and left him by himself. Pete and came back the bruiserweight. Okay. I was like, he looked like he was ready to hand. He was standing on business. Okay. He looked like he's about to come down there for the bell ring and do what he do. Came down there, did his finger thing. I know I love trying to learn how to do that. The little manipulation situation. Um, and I was like, okay. And then they, of course, they won. And then the pretty guy was like, "Cause I thought you was gonna win." He was like, basically like, "We thought so too." Something, something, something. I was crying because I was like, they are hilarious. I feel like they're gonna be this generation's Christian and Edge, or this generation's New Day, as far as comedy goes. Every generation or every like 10 years, there's a tag team that brings that wrestles real well but brings comic relief to WWE, and Pretty Deadly is that for for these new kids and new people that are watching. That's why the match last year at Deadline with them versus the New Day to me was so iconic and hilarious. Cause I'm like, what is going on? But yeah. So after that, it was the women, my favorite. Um, Katana and excuse me, Katana and Kayden, my favorite women's tag team um group since I've been rewatching the past 2 years. Like the rest of them are cool. I really like if I had to pick a runner up, I really like Tegan Knox and Natalia. But and I'm saying in the past 2 years I've been watching because I started watching the week after Trinity and Mercedes left. So I don't know how they gelled as a tag team, but I do know from what I know, like um Indy, Candice, or whatever, I've seen Sonya and Chelsea. Chelsea's wrestling has grown since Sonya has gotten injured. Her and Dewdrop, I've seen. They're one of my favorite women tag team wrestlers because I forgot about Raquel and Liv. Okay, um, that were my favorite. They were my favorite, but I just love Liv. I love Raquel too. I just love them too, but it's the gel for me. It's like they've known each other. The way they gel is like they've known. If they're not, they weren't twins. It's like they were Siamese twins, or they've known and been fighting together since birth. Like that's what it gives for me with them. And I can't wait until they fight. Um, what they call themselves, Oscar and Kyrie. I don't know. I forgot what they call themselves, but I can't wait and to see what that's gonna be like. I knew the match was gonna be cut short, and I was like, "Watch, it's gonna be cut short," because we have 40 minutes left, and we have 3 matches to go. We had theirs, we had AJ and LA, and then we had Randy and Solo. I knew it was gonna be cut short. Isla and Alba, they fought. Damage Control sitting on the side, and I was like, "Why are they sitting there?" But I forgot about the Christmas Havoc situation where the girls that popped up out the boxes like Jack in the Box. Like I was confused for a second, but like I said, WWE is such a small company. But somebody said they had like 400 or 500 members in the company. Um, Probably maybe like 50 execs. Probably I would say probably about 30 people and 30-40 people in production. I would want to say. So if that's the case, out of the 500, 20% of them are executives or in production. The other 400 is talent, refs, all that, broadcasters, announcers, wrestlers. Like, what do you do with all those people? And you only have 3 televised shows, and then you have like house shows and stuff like that. So sometimes people get lost in the sauce, or you gotta sit and chill out until it's time for you to, you know, get called to do your thing. Like last year, I was happy that they used Xia Li. Kind of wish her storyline had more purpose, especially her being the first Chinese professional female wrestler in WWE. Like, I'm all here for breaking barriers. I'm all here for different cultures being displayed, different language through gear, through languages, through whatever. Like I'm here for it. I'm here for it because it gives people of this generation, like wow, I never thought I'd see, especially when you've grown up seeing some stuff or were told you couldn't do certain stuff, and it gives the next generation um, a look into, oh well, she's this and I'm this, so I can do that. You know, like it gives people hope. And so I'm here for it. Like the more the merrier, the more diverse, the better for me. Like I'm all team diversity all the way. And it could be the same type of. Well, we're the only country that does race really, like it's black, white, something, 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 for the most part. Because other countries, they might say something about your skin tone, but you're still like Japanese at the end of the day. They won't be like, oh, you're black Japanese, but it could be the people from the same country and have different cultures and be the same skin tone. Like, say, like me and my son or something like that, or me and somebody that had the same skin complexion as me. They're like, oh, we got this. Her is a black girl, but I'm a black girl from DC. My culture is gonna be different from a black girl from Florida. Like we might got similarities because we, you know what I'm saying, might grew up around the same time period, but what I bring and what somebody else bring, two different things. You know what I'm saying? Just life experience and all that. But like I said, I'm here for diversity. They keep expanding like this, they gonna have to add another show. And I know somebody in executive is watching me on here, so add another show or another 30 minutes or an hour to Smackdown or something. Like show something. Y'all might as well um show like Saturday or Sunday and just let the wrestlers do what they do, interact with the audience and stuff. People already put it up on social media. Might as well don't try to storyline it. Like they know what they gotta do. Just keep it interactive for the people, you know, that see it. Like that go there, don't change the formula of it. But y'all already got photographers and stuff following them down the ramp. Y'all already put the stuff on social media or new pictures of them. Y'all might as well just put it on TV. Ask CW or somebody to watch, like put it on. If not, what's the station that TNA and MLW got? Was it Access? AXS? Put it on there or something. Like do something. For real. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. Um, and then so that was cut short. So then after that, it was the AJ vs LA jump. They ended up fighting. So I was like, I don't know who's gonna win this because normally, you know, when it's right before PLE, they always have like the superstar that's holding the title win, or the person that's gonna be in the match wins, so they could look like a matchup. And for me, in my opinion, I was like, it would be more believable or more interesting is what I said, if um this the person that's holding the title loses like a week or two before the match, whoever they gotta fight, because then they were like, oh snap, they such loss against this person. Well, can they win against this person? And then if it's the company's idea for them to have them keep the belt, then it'll be like a shocking upset, like, oh, they still hold the title, they still won, they still got it, versus them winning their match like 2 weeks before or a week before, and then they win again. Like we know they're going to win again, like that. So they was fighting. Jimmy came down the ramp. Yeah, Jimmy came down the ramp in his no yeet shirt. I love the no yeet shirt. And then Solo came from the back, and Samoan Spike. Who he Samoan Spike? Was it LA? He Samoan Spike poop? Yeah. Did Solo Samoan Spike LA, right? Or was it AJ? And they tossed AJ. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know what is in this injured WWE wrestler plan. Outside of the injury, sign me up, okay? Or the fired plan, because everybody that come back brolic as hell. Daggone Angel from Legado del Fantasma and them came back looking great. Truth came back looking great. Randy came back looking great. AJ came back brolic as hell. Like, what the hell? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they do it to be like, okay, I gotta stay ready so I don't get ready type situation, or they bored, or a combination of both, along with the PT. But that on, like that man's AJ's arms That don't make no sense. That's ridiculous. Like I thought Randy's legs and thighs was huge. AJ's aren't. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. And then last year, like Jay had lost a lot of weight, staying fit and stuff, and Jimmy kind of maintained his weight or maybe gained a couple pounds. But now I was like, Jimmy losing weight again. You can tell in his face. My son was like, "How you know?" I said, "Normally when someone loses weight, you can tell in their face and their neck. They ain't got four necks with the lines. Their face is thinner." I was like, his pants look bigger, stuff like that, which I'm happy for. You know, we get a certain age. I'm not saying he old because he ain't that much older than me, but the doctors always be like, when you get a certain age, make sure you do this, take your vitamins, exercise, this, that, and that, keep your cholesterol down. You're not in your 20s. You're not gonna bounce back, especially if you're a woman. First, everybody after you hit 25, your metabolism slows down, and then every 5 years after that, your metabolism slows down even more. Then, if you're a woman, on top of that, your metabolism slows down every time you have kids. So if you 25, it slows down a little bit. Then you have a kid, it slows down some more. You hit 30, it slows down more. Like we can't win. And then most of our body is more fat. That's why we're like softer and stuff from the estrogen. So it kind of sucks, but it's like I don't know. And you can't eat like a bird because you think you're doing that to lose weight, but then your body eats the fat that's. It's like I was told something like your body eats the stored fat. Something about the stored fat in your body when you don't eat as much because I don't know. I forgot, but y'all know. So then yeah, so then that match ended, and Solo grabbed the mic and was like, "Randy, where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, he really talking today, okay." You was really talking. Like I'm waiting for the promos like he gave when he was fighting Carmelo at NXT. I had mentioned last week. I said now if Carmelo get bumped up to SmackDown and they keep Solo there, they could do Solo versus Carmelo Part 2 for SmackDown for him to do something outside of the bloodline. As long, keep him in the bloodline, give him a separate story outside of the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like Randy has is part of the bloodline. Not Randy, sorry. Roman is part of the bloodline, but he has his title, Reigns. You know what I'm saying? And then the Usos are part of the bloodline, but they have their title reigns. Solo needs that. Yay. Solo needs that situation. Um, and then we can hear him do more promos. Like I haven't heard it since NXT. And I was following him. I've been following him since he came on NXT. Um, yeah, so no, actually before that. Cause when he cut his hair, I didn't know who the hell he was. Yes, cause I follow Rikishi and his wrestling school and stuff. And there, Solo had long hair, or Cepha had long hair. And then when he got to NXT, got signed, I had to double take because I'm like, where his hair go? Because he had a shortcut, but it wasn't blonde yet. It was black. Then he did the blonde strip after he got there. But I digress. Anyway, it'd have been dope for him to have a long hair though. It'd have been dope. Um, but yeah. So have that, and then trick the thing for Deadline. I ain't even watched that. I gotta go back and watch that. I've been weeks behind. I told y'all. So they grooming him to your Mellow Gang, but if he get moved up, Trick could probably stay. Then y'all could groom him to be one of the faces of NXT. They already love his song. My son was playing it randomly yesterday on his phone. That song is dope though. It's one of my favorites in all of WWE. Then at the commercial break, Solo song was playing, which is my favorite song, is the main roster. The Randy song, So Jimmy come out again, caught himself trying to help. I think LA come out, and then AJ come out and attack him. Speaking of LA, when he first came out, I liked that yellow jacket he had on. And with Bailey, one thing about Bailey, she gonna support her fellow brothers and sisters in WWE. I say she got a mommy's always on top shirt. Like before, my son was like, yeah. I was like, before she had on the Alpha Academy shirt, the red one. Like, not just there, but like when I used to watch up, down, down stuff on YouTube, she would have one on. Which I like the red shirt. I don't think they sell it no more to kids. I was so mad. Because now I think they only got the blue one. They had a pink one. Now I think they got a blue one that says like junior cadet, something like that. But yeah, so they was fighting, and then that happens, and then so look, I vintage RKO, vintage Randy Orton. Then he got RKO, which I was surprised because I don't think he got handled by nobody like, or it's been a couple weeks. I can't remember. And my head was like scrambling. I have thoughts, like I still haven't processed everything yet from the news I got an hour ago. Um, I still haven't processed everything yet, and I'm probably going a little bit crying. Um, and then yeah, so then they play a song. So then Roman comes out of nowhere and Superman punches. I'm like, the hell? And he goes, spear Randy. Or I think he gets, no, he Superman punches, I think, and I think he signs the contract. Nick is on the sideline by the announcement table, and I'm trying to figure out, when did he come on the sideline? Like Nick is like daggone, I don't even know, like Batman or something be coming out randomly. Past 2 weeks he been by the announcement table. We didn't see you go there. Like the camera people are good, okay? We seen every angle of that wrestling match, but Nick come to the daggone announcement table. Then he come out, give him the contract. Then Roman did, ooh, I said he done messed up. Because now he done said it. Everybody know what happened after that. Randy got up quick and RKO him. He on the floor. I said, now see, that is what you do. You get like that, you hit the champion. So then it's unpredictable to see, okay, who Randy might win this. Even if Roman still wins it, it gives the audience hope. So I'm glad on that part it ended great. I gotta binge watch the last 2 weeks of Raw and NXT because so I can keep up because I'm confused. We have been down and out. Okay, so yeah, and now we gotta travel to Maryland, DC area. So it's just a lot. I can't wait. I can't wait for them to come in March. Um, if I had bought a ticket, if I had planned in advance, we would be going to Royal Rumble next weekend because my mom moved back to Florida. Doesn't stay that far from Tampa. But I'd rather us go to Raw here in Raleigh and then go to Greensboro for Sting's last match with AEW. So for my son's 10th birthday. So that's what we're doing. I hope you guys are being safe, especially if you're in an area that's gotten snow or ice. Don't be in a rush to leave your house. Ain't nothing really exciting out there or worth you losing your life for or getting in an accident and getting injured for. Like, if you got food and stuff in the house, stay your tail at home. If you antsy from being camped up in the house, put on your jacket and stuff and go step outside. I bet you after being out there for 10 minutes, you'll come back in the house. Okay, it's not that deep. Like, we did it during the pandemic. You could do it for a couple days. Also, check on people. Please, 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 please. Make sure that you keep in contact with your loved ones. Even if you don't talk on the phone, it's through a text, it's through social media. Just make sure that they know that you love them. Never in things, saying, okay, I'm proud of you or I love you, let them know. So that when they do leave this earth, or if you so happen to leave this earth, they don't ever have to question how you feel about them or how you felt about them. You won't ever regret. I will. That you ain't get to tell them that they meant something to you, that they loved you, whatever, And when you get older, you realize that a lot of the stuff that you were pissed off about what a person did doesn't even matter. It don't. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Everybody enjoy your night. Bye.